Welcome back to the channel, art lover. Today I want to paint Mona's hand. So grab yourself a nice cup of coffee or tea and join me. Let the magic begin. But first, let me explain my palette. To make all the flesh tones that you will see on the model, I use a very limited palette. From left to right, we're having titanium white, yellow ochre, cadmium orange, alizarin crimson, raw umber, and ivory black. Now, let me show you how to mix a flesh tone. I take yellow ochre, cad orange, and a tiny touch. This color is very powerful, alizarin crimson. Now, this is a very dark flesh tone. I will need to light it up by adding titanium white. So I'm having a little bit of this flesh tone on my palette, on my knife, and I will pick a little bit of titanium white, and you will see the magic comes alive. I would say that this is about a value between 3 and 4. So that would be an average light. Before I put any paint on the canvas, I will look for two things: my lightest light and my darkest dark. Here you can see that these are my lightest light, and here are my darkest dark. Since I'm having an underpainting, a grisaille, I already have a three-dimensional hand. So this is one less thing that I need to worry about. When I'm gonna glaze, I will have to match the flesh tone with these values. Since I know that these areas are my lightest light, I can put pure white on the canvas. With a little bit of medium and pure titanium white, I will apply a thin layer of titanium white over that previous dry layer. I like to work from light to dark. That should be good. And now a little bit on the finger. Now I will have to match all the flesh tones with the different hue and temperature to match this hand. Now I will start painting this side of the hand. So I need to match the flesh tone that is beside that titanium white here. This flesh tone matches this area. It seems to, but something that you mix on the palette is always different on the canvas. So the real test is you have to make a little test on the canvas. Again, I'm putting a little bit of this medium on my palette to have thin layer of paint. I find it's a little dark, so I will have to add a little bit of titanium white to this mixture. Yeah, it's better. Notification. I forgot to turn off my notification alarm. It's okay. Now that I have zoomed in, you can see that I have my titanium white and my other flesh tone. Now I need to blend the edges. So I take a clean brush and I'm gonna blend these two color nice and smooth with a clean brush. All right. Cleaning a little bit my thing here, and I need to push this flesh tone here, a little bit more here. But I have noticed that as we're getting closer to the finger, we are starting to have a change in hue. Meaning I need a little more pink in that color. So I will take a little tiny dab of crimson. Ooh, that's powerful. And white. Oh, the joy of video and painting at the same time. I have just noticed that I was zoomed way too much and that you couldn't see what I just did. We'll do it again. Here I had my titanium white. This is kind of this yellowish flesh tone. And then here you can see that I slowly add something pinkish. The closer you are to the finger, the more red the flesh tone will appear. So this is my palette. So this is the flesh tone. And here I add a little dab of alizarin crimson to give this pinkish tone that you can see here. So now I will go darker and maybe more brownish here to follow those that reside tone here. This is darker, and on my screen she appears to be a little more reddish brown. That color that I just made at the beginning will probably do, yeah. But like I said, the ultimate test is the canva. Yeah. This is a good color. And here I noticed that I have way too hard a edge. It should be softer than that. It's a bit too dark. A little bit more of that lighter flesh tone. I'm seeing a lot of change in her flesh hues. The temptation is to match every subtle change that you see, and I would advise to restrain from that, because you will end up with a muddy and lifeless painting. You've got to be patient. Oil is a forgiving medium. Here I'm just blending these flesh tones together. Oil is a very forgiving medium. And this is it's one flesh layer, one color layer, I wanted to say. I can make as many as I want over that. So all those little flesh tone variation, I'm going for the bigger picture first, and then if there is a little shift in red or orange, or I will add it in further glaze. Since oil and the glaze is transparent, these layers will show through. So it's better if I get the big picture first and then rework and match the subtler shift in the flesh tone. Okay, now I will stop talking because it's very hard for me to speak and paint at the same time. And I hope that you enjoy this video and understand a little bit more about the process of glazing over a grisaille.